Okay, Kindo, how do I know that you're not within my line of sight or shoot?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Give me an idea. Like some time?
I'll place stones wherever I step. So you could also follow my footsteps.
But that means
I don't want to go closer than the stairs, thanks. I don't want to, I don't need to.
Okay.
I don't intend to get too close to whatever.
All right.
Well, actually, when I'm thinking, I really don't want to get too close because I'm also a distance fighting person. So I just want to find solid ground above the stairs that I can stand.
Do you want to go to the left or to the right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So if you go all the way over or nearer to that small tree to the right, then you will be okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Right. Oh, and then I explained to Scalva before.
Right.
Now I'm like retconning, but
no, that's okay.
When I throw a pebble at her, not on her, she will know that I'm in place and that it's safe to shoot.
Dexterity times 5 for a Kindu.
Dexterity times 5. Okay.
Which is quite good for you, I think.
Yes, I have a 19, and I have
85%.
17. Yeah.
So you are fine. Nate.
In that case, Zort wants to cast Blade Sharp in the meanwhile, preparing. Preparing.
There you are. Okay.
Just be careful when you step up there.
Mm-hmm. And where will you walk, Zort?
Middle.
Okay.
I go, middle towards the rock.
You want to go straight at... Okay.
That's what he wants to do. Okay.
Give me the possibility of at least one shot.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So speed dart is plus 15% chance to hit, which gives me 85 and plus 3 damage. Let's see if we can get...
What are you shooting at?
I'm just shooting at... Okay, how big is that rock? Like how high and how...
Oh, I see. Well, look at the stairs. And they are big enough for one person to go up very, very comfortably. They are not quite big enough for two people to walk up side by side. So that gives you the scale of a person. The rock is probably twice the height of a person.
The lower quarter of the rock and pretty central, I'd say. That's what I figured from what Zort said.
Okay. I have Zort moving more or less directly toward the stone. But before he completely blocks Skava's shot, she is going to take a shot. We have Ikindu closer to that tree on the right. Urko, what is your position? Bear in mind that you did make your intelligence roll, so you know not to step to the left.
Yes.
Do you want to get up there too and to the left side or anything?
Well, my first thought was when I knew there was an enemy, I was thinking to just grab my axe, go there and throw it. Maybe after Skava had her shot, because I saw that she was already preparing it. But everyone is doing stuff, so I'm just, I'm ready to fight, but it's very crowded up there. It's a small space.
After my first shot, I can try to get away from the stairs to the right, because I've seen Ikindu walking there, so I suppose it's okay.
So I stand...
So you can get up too.
everyone do you, and I will stand in a safe place, ready to fight, and just observe till when this enemy might show himself, because he will move after all of you get up there. And then I will see if
Actually,
it's possible
how short is Erko?
Urko has a size, I believe, of 9
9
or 10.
Okay, how much room would that give me above him? Because I think I should be able to shoot over him, actually, because I have a size of 12.
Right. If you stand up real high and Urko makes sure not to do the same, then that's possible.
Yeah, let's do that, Erko.
in the way.
I promise to be careful.
That's why I didn't get up there, because I was thinking that first that throwing in you can bow, but everyone is up there, so it's like risky. Since Sword is up there as well, that's why I stand back at the moment.
I think you're fine if you just one step above me, because if you're shooting a bow, you're basically having the arrow about kind of in height of your mouth, between your shoulder and your mouth. So that's pretty high, actually.
Oh, yes, that's fine.
So I think that should work.
Let's do it. I believe the first person coming in is going to be Skava, whose action is immediate and has no particular strike rank limitation. So
let's see. That's a 51. Excellent. So that's really
successful.
Yes. Let's see.
And you have speed dart, correct?
Yes. So I've got a 4 + 3 makes 7. Can we get this thing visible now?
Well, yes.
Yes. Do I need to roll for any part of it?
Yes, you do. So roll the D20.
That's a 2.
Which I believe
is
sorry,
that was a D12.
Oh.
It's a 9.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe that's abdomen, correct?
I don't know what that is so far. You tell me.
Looks like an abdomen for any human thing.
If it's some kind of human-like.
Correct. Okay.
Nice. So that's a 7 to the abdomen.
Mm-hmm. And so the first thing that happens is you now all can see what your arrow has pierced, and it is a man. The first thing is that he is not dressed in a fashion that you recognize very easily, although a Kindu has seen it. You know how I said that people in this culture have these hats and they dress a little bit differently than they do in the West? This is a much more extreme form. You have never seen sleeves that fall to the ground before, for example, which he has. And his hat is quite tall and curls over and also hangs down by the side of his head. And the other effect that you will notice is that he has more of those scars. Remember the guys with the scarred faces back at the village, who I believe you have not seen since Hin was killed. The important thing here is that he has similar scars, although not as extreme. He has some scars across his forehead. And then the other thing about him is that he has an arrow sticking in him, and it is just below his navel. So it looks like a blow of an arrow strike that would be very, very, very damaging, very deadly to a person. He seems to be ignoring it. and he has stepped forward, and his response to you is a word that you don't know in another language, but it is very welcoming, and he has a charming smile.
And I have a second arrow on my string.
And he's extended a hand. And so the next person, I believe, to go in terms of strike rank is definitely Ikindu.
Okay.
There's a contradiction between what you are seeing and what Zort described, which is that there is an enemy here. There is a contradiction. So it's hard for you to process it. I'm not saying you can't, it's weird. So go ahead.
I guess I'll try to communicate with him.
And what will you say?
Are you an enemy to us?
Okay. So at this point, I want you to I think that it is time for me to use this method for his answer.
Oh.
Your power is quite low at the moment. So when he speaks to answer you, and it is in a language that the other three characters do not recognize. Just so you know, Urko has spent some time becoming slowly literate in this language, but that does not tell you how it sounds. So the spoken version is not familiar to anybody, except, of course, for Ikindu, who has at least heard it. But all of you can perceive that great magic accompanies what he says. It is as though the words themselves take on black fire as they are spoken. So there's black fire in the air matching the sonics of the words.
Whoa.
Which is really cool. I just made that up. And so and of course what he says, and this is specifically to Ikindu, is of course we are not enemies. Are you so sure about them? As a befuddle spell hits your brain. And you are now confused about who is that person and why is this mountain here? And isn't that an interesting rock? And what, that's funny. Why is that man holding an axe? It's all, everything became very confusing to you.
Okay.
We will deal with the effects of trying to cope with that in a moment. So all of you can see this. And Skava, I know that you were preparing your second arrow, which is great. But I believe that, and Ikindu was the next fastest, and he responded with his prepared befuddled spell. You are aware that the arrow has injured him, but there is some kind of healing magic at work here. And so either this person is burning an enormous amount of power already, or they have some kind of a crystal or allied spirit or something of the kind providing power to them. So these are things that all of you know enough about to figure out by looking at the situation. Now, according to my strike ranks, the next person is probably Zort, who has a strike rank advantage for his size. So,
Yes.
So that means that you can get within reach and get a little bit more done because you can reach more space. So what will you do?